Alright, what is going on, everybody? It is Tristan, and today in this video, just to start this off right off the bat, funniest comment, you win 17 Supreme stickers. I originally sold these to someone, forgot to ship them, so I refunded them, but yeah, funniest comment, you get these stickers if you want them. But really in today's video, what I am discussing is I want to discuss what I think is one of the most overhyped sneaker investments this year, and I'm even one of the people that was hyping up this sneaker investment, and I've just noticed progress has been lacking. But the other version of this shoe, it's, it rose at about the same rate, maybe a little bit quicker, but the other one does look better than this one, so I mean, it kind of makes sense. But overall, this shoe, I think is going to take a lot longer to rise. I mean, I still think we see some time on it, but I think overall, in terms of a sneaker investment, this might be one of the most overhyped this year, in my opinion. It is a pair of Jordan 1s, you can tell, but we'll just get straight into discussing all the details of it. And it is slowly rising right now, so it is making a bit of progress, but compared to what it's done in the past, it's pretty much unnoticeable. It just looks like a flat line on the whole chart right now for like the last few months. But if you guys want more content for this, videos like this, I guess. Intro is way too long here, but subscribe and like down below. No like goal. We'll just say as many as possible in this video. That's the goal. And yeah, we'll really just hop straight into this. And before this video, I actually bought $3,000 worth of shoes to resell. I actually shipped them to my college address since I'm moving to college this Friday. So pretty much when I get there, the shoes are going to be there. And yeah, it's pretty crazy because that's like the most dollar value of shoes I've ever bought. I've never spent $3K in shoes once, but yeah, I got them to resell. So you guys are going to see that video. That's going to be awesome. I'm so hyped to do that, but let's get into it. So this shoe right here, I just noticed I did a 1.5-minute intro, but this pair of shoes right here, the Jordan 1 Hyper Royal. Now, I think we can all agree the shoe is still dope. This is still a very good looking pair of shoes, right? I mean, they killed all the design on it. I think some people actually prefer this one over the turbo greens, and I can see why. I mean, it's the exact same type of suede material. It's a blue theme. I mean, shoot, like, the blue looks super good. They did a really well, nice job in the shoe. However, as you guys notice, there's a couple details that are different about this one. Like the turbos are more, there's more suede on the turbos than there is on these ones, and there was a lot more pairs of these made than the turbos, if I'm correct. There was heavy stock for these. Nike saw the demand and they bumped up the stock for these boys. So I think that is one of the things that hurt the resale on these ones. It's just because there's more pairs and overall the demand was already high for these. So the price for these already opened at like $450. So they were already up at a higher price pretty much when they dropped. Like, people are already paying heavy for these. So when a shoe already drops and is at a high price, there's only so much higher that it can go. So I think that's what pretty much happened for this shoe. Now, in terms of this shoe being a sneaker investment, I'm still not selling my pair. I'm still waiting on another pair. I don't know if I'm ever going to get it, but I'll know I'll get my money back at least. I'll just have to, go through the bank and stuff like that. But I think I'll get the pair eventually. I'm just, still not over the summer. Waiting on it from this group chat, but we'll kind of see what happens there. But overall, on this one, this pair that I got right here, I still am going to hold these because I know this is still like a $500, $600 shoe in the future. I mean, we just have to wait. It's only, again, been 4 months since this shoe has dropped. We're coming up on the 4-month kind of checkpoint for the shoe. And if you notice what the turbo greens did, they pretty much started rising a little bit heavier around the 4-month point, and then when they got to around like 6, 7, 8 months, that's when they really took off in price because people were like, oh, these are dope. And luckily I had bought my other pair earlier for cheaper, and I luckily got another pair in my collection now. I'm very happy about that. I'd originally sold one, and then I bought a used pair, not terrible condo, and I'm keeping that. I'm not going to be selling that for, I don't know, ever, maybe, because, I just love the turbo greens too much. But overall, Hyper Royals, I need a pair of these in the collection for sure. I definitely want to, the pair I'm waiting on to 9.5, so I probably was just going to tow that one at this point. And actually, in the deal I just did, I did get a pair of Hyper Royals 9.5, another size too. Got a couple ones on the way, but not going to be wearing those as they're being resold for sure. But yeah, overall, I mean, look, the details on the shoe are still nice. I think the demand is there, but the thing is when you drop 200K pairs of a shoe and turbo greens have much less than that, I mean, I just think a shoe has to develop with time. And I think this one, again, the price will develop with time. But if you go on StockX, I mean, this shoe has pretty much not changed in price. It's only been, dropping slowly since its original point of $450. This one kept restocking. Like, we all remember that. This one restocked on FLX like three times, I think. You know what I mean? So, of course, that will hurt the resale of a shoe. And not to mention, I just think overall people, let's keep it real. I mean, I just think these got overhyped. I really do. I think this shoe is that. Like, I think it's cool, but I don't think, I think people got these in hand and they're like, oh yeah, they're cool, but they're not the turbo greens. The turbo greens are a $600, $700 shoe, but these are just not quite the same. Let me even show you the difference. Okay, so the first and almost immediate difference you notice between the Hyper Royals and turbo greens, I will show this to you all right now, is the swoosh. This is a suede swoosh. This is not. This is just a normal patent leather swoosh, you know what I mean? No suede, no nothing. You can tell it is very different. So you can tell they've already put more work and quality on this one. Secondly, they kept the whole shoe the same color. You see how they did the swoosh the exact same color as, you know, the basically everything that's going around it. The, you know, suede by the toe box, around the back, you know. You can clearly tell I've been putting some wear on the shoes, but eventually we're going to stop wearing these because these are just too valuable, you know what I mean? This is going to be like one of those grail shoes in the future, so I'm definitely going to want to be wearing it later on. But this one, you can tell they just didn't do the same color all around the shoe. They added in the gray, which is not a bad thing, but imagine if they had just done this blue suede all around the shoe on the swoosh. Up here, you know, they just kept that. Well, actually, you know, they did change on the Hyper Rolls, not on the Hyper Rolls, but on Turbo Greens. You can see it's different. So then maybe they could have kept this, but I think if they had done the swoosh maybe being blue, I think that would have really, you know, kind of sealed the deal and made this exactly like the Turbo Greens. You know what I mean? But you can see there is still some different things. That's why these are not, you know, as up there or making as much progress as fast. It's because more pairs, they don't look the exact same, and honestly, it's a longer term hold. We just got to keep it real. I mean, these are just long. That's what it is. I already paid too much for these, so I mean, I'm holding my pair for long term. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you guys think this is a super overrated sneaker investment, or do you just think this one is just right at where it's at? I personally think that it's kind of just right where it's at right now, but it will go up with time. I mean, if you are wondering about the sneaker investment, do not worry. I just think it got overhyped in terms of rising immediately after the drop. I was one of those people, you know, I was like, oh, this one, you know, great hold. Within, you know, a couple months, we'll see some rising. But, I mean, this one I was just kind of wrong on. We had, you know, I said that a little too early. Then we had a bunch of pairs drop. And, yeah, now you kind of see it's, you know, may start rising, you know, around like a month from now. You know, it's kind of risen like $10 this month, I think. But, you know, we're going to need to see something a little bit more significant than that. But this might just be one of those ones you hold out for a while to finally start seeing some money on. Kind of like the What the Pulse. But overall, I mean, it's a pair of Jordan 1s. Jordan 1s are, you know, one of the most hyped shoes out right now, if not the, you know, kind of, they're kind of that model aside from Dunks. So when you keep that in mind, I'd hold on to them. But overhyped, simply, yes, in my opinion, they got overhyped. But down the line, they won't be when less people are wanting them, and then there's less pairs out there, you know what I mean? That will kind of be a good thing. But yeah, we'll just hop into the outro. So if you guys want more content just like this, hopefully you understood everything I was saying, and I'd love to hear you guys drop your opinion in the comments, anything you know about the shoe, what you think about it, how many pairs you got on ice, how many you holding. Seriously, let me know. I mean, in my opinion, don't sell them. Just don't do it, all right? Even though it's not making crazy progress right now, if really any, I wouldn't sell them because they still are related to these boys, and see what these boys are going for, and check the similarity in the charts. Very similar. Slow rising, not really much progress in the first few months, but I think we'll see something soon. So yeah, just again, everything's down below in the description. Subscribing and liking. Like goal, none on this video, just as many as possible, as I always mention. And yeah, you know, hopefully we will see some more progress, because this is still a cool shoe. I'm not crapping on the shoe. This is still a dope pair of shoes. Like, if you got these in the personal collection, I mean, I want a pair for sure. So like, you know, they're fire. But that's everything that needs to be mentioned. So I'm Tristan. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully I will catch you on the next video. Peace.